Bona tarda a tothom. Good evening. Hello? Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the post-match press conference for the 2025 UEFA Women's Champions League final. I'm here with Barcelona head coach Pere Romeu. As a reminder, we have translations in English, Spanish, Catalan, and Portuguese. Please introduce your name and media. Let's start over here with Rakuno, please.
Bona tarda, míster. Són moments complicats. Com esteu al vestidor i sobretot, doncs...
Tough moments for you. How are you feeling? How is feeling the team? What do you think was the mistake in order to see that version of Barca? Every time we lose one of the finals, it's very complicated. The season is being good. We were in good shape. This match didn't define the season. I think it was not a good game for us. We have the experience. We are mature enough. A final is 90 minutes. These kind of things can happen. We have the next title in 2 weeks' time, the Queen's Cup. We will fight for that in order to have the third trophy in the season. And in terms of the match, we wanted to have more control in the first half. We wanted Pina, Alexia, and Tania. We wanted to help the rest of the team. I think they were good enough on the left side. We moved to the right side. We were not superior. It was clear enough. We couldn't install ourselves at the rival field. Second half was a bit better. The defense was occupying the area, and then we got the goal, and that was the end of the match. Catalunya Radio. Hi. In the second half, Barca was kind of superior to Arsenal. What did you miss? Was it just a matter of analyzing, or did something else was missing there? I believe external actions were not clear enough for us when centering. We know we are a team. We are attacking constantly blocks within their area. We scored lots of goals during the season. Eva, Salma, Pina, Caro. And today, I think that action was not good enough. They refused several balls because they were very comfortable in the air game. And receptions were not good from our side. I believe all these things are important. They may explain the defeat. And I think that's the biggest mistake. Hi, Pere. Ana Palet, Cadena SER.
Do you believe that in the end, your job is basically winning the final or not? Because you were the 4 titles, you were going for the 4 titles. Is it too much to ask to be judged by this, to get all the finals? Or you don't think you don't need so much demand? I don't know, because everybody will judge as they wish. I believe that the competitive level of a team is measured in the amount of matches you play. We've reached the very last match of the champions. It has not been our best match. That's a self-criticism because we haven't done our best. But I don't think people should remember only this match because the season has been amazing for the team. There's still one more title to go. But training Barca, training this team is my responsibility. So I'm sure people will judge.
Josep Capel de Radio Nacional en directo para Tablero Deportivo.
Josep from Radio Nacional, we have not seen, as you just recognized, that the players were not giving their best. So what do you think this is due to? after the match, and well, you very well know the squad and the competitive level they have. Do you believe that next season will be more motivated to be able to overcome this? I think that they're motivated and they will continue to be so because that's in their DNA. And with the club and this female club particularly, we will continue fighting to try to be there in all finals. And if we can take the titles away with us, even better. What did we miss? Well, sometimes in a match, you're not as precise in your pass. You're not making the best decisions in an offensive game, in a collective game. We wanted to tire Arsenal up because we knew it was an aggressive team. It was not going to close up. It was going to come and guess us, as they did in the first part. We could have exploited depth a bit more, but they were two midfielders. They were quite alone in the second part. We did do better with our pass in our rival area. We've had shorter distances and we've got closer to goal than in the first part.
Hola, Pere, Albert Nadal del diari Ara. L'Arsenal ha fet alguna cosa que t'hagi sorprès especialment?
The Arsenal do something you didn't expect, and in the first half we saw Aitana more alone. Maybe she took more responsibility, but Patrick was not there, Alexia was not there. What's your opinion? Arsenal's plan was quite good. I mean, in defense, we knew Russo will be on the left because Russo always activates the dominant leg for Kata. So we knew she would be on the left with pressure. Then Patri and Mapi would also play an important role, and Mariona will activate Patri. Sometimes we were more depending on Patri, and some moments we were more with Mapi and Mariona went for her. It was dangerous for us that they covered the movement from left to right. Irene was there. They didn't allow to pass. We didn't find the key there, and I think this was one of the main reasons that avoid us to get to the other camp.
Pere, Laia Cervelló de The Athletic.
The Athletic. My question is as follows. Does this final leave some feelings as in Torino? I mean, you were favorites there as well, but maybe you didn't kind of manage that situation. Well, from within the team and the feeling we had the whole week, we were super respectful for Arsenal. Full respect, because I mean they left Madrid out. Other teams, they did an excellent season in Premier. We knew we had 90 minutes and it would be you against me. We would try to impose ourselves. In the first half, we didn't prove that. It was better on the second half. But for us, our message was we are playing a final, and Arsenal we knew that they put things difficult.
Marta Griñán para el diario AS. Quería preguntarte
As Diario, I wanted to ask for Aitana, Patri and Alexia, midfielders who are the DNA of this team a bit. They were not playing for starters in a final just in Turin. It's not just to question them, but did they know about this? Did they want to overcome after Alexia returning after 2 seasons? Did you get the chance to speak to them about this? Well, we know the level of the 3 players. We know the great season they're having. We know the degree of understanding the 3 of them have in the game. And there was absolutely no doubt whatsoever that the 3 of us will make us play better. It is very difficult to be excellent and perfect in each match. And I believe that we have been growing throughout the game. They've been collecting their best version. Today we've lost, and that's it. So we need to continue.
periódico, please.
Hola, Laia Gonals del Periódico. M'agradaria saber com vius tu el que vindrà ara.
How do you live the next steps? Because after a defeat, the message is always will continue. How do you do that? How do you go forward after missing a final?
Com es viu el després?
How do you feel the day after? Well, it's our profession, both for the coach, for the players, for the team. Every season is a different world. By the beginning, we want to get the end of the season having options for all the trophies. That was the case because we won all finals. Up to now, I like my job, not only for the trophies, but also to have a nice process and improving the team, the players. I think we didn't play our best game today, but I'm happy for my team and we'll try it again.
Thank you, Pere. The Arsenal press conference will begin shortly with the head coach and a player. Thank you.
Everyone, we're start with the winners. Arsenal, Team Little is with us. Questions, please, in English, Spanish, Catalan, or Portuguese.
Now it's working. Please indicate the name of your media and your name as well. We'll start with the questions. Here in the front, please.
Hi there, Tim Stillman, Arsblog News. Kim, I've only just stopped crying, so I'm going to try and keep this brief, but to beat Barcelona, you have to be basically perfect, and I just wanted to ask you about the performance those players put in today in such a high-pressure environment. Thank you.
Yeah, we knew.
You got to press in the middle. Yep, thanks.
Yeah, we knew coming into this game that we had to be basically perfect to obviously beat a Barcelona team. Who have been one of the best teams in Europe in recent years, and I think we worked on it this week. We did things that didn't work, and we changed it to what we hoped would work, and that did ultimately today. And I think the team showed incredible discipline and focus throughout the game to do that. And then, as a squad, the players who came on to impact the game when the game was at 0-0 was pretty incredible. And for Beth and Stina to come in and make that impact, obviously, is another part of it. So across the board, it was just, an incredible performance.
One in the middle, please.
Hi, Kim. Emma Sanders from BBC Sport. First of all, congratulations, incredible achievement. I can imagine this is really difficult for you, but if you can try and put into words just what this means to you, given your journey with Arsenal and just everything that you've dealt with at the club.
Yeah, it's very special for me. I've obviously been at the club a very long time, and we've had incredible periods where we've been successful, and obviously the club won it in 2007, and I signed the year after that. So to still be at the club now, after that kind of long period, and to see how much it's done to progress the women's game and invest in us as players and as a club, it's truly special to be sitting here now today off the back of winning the ultimate trophy for club football is definitely the best moment of my career. Thank you.
On here.
Hi, Kim, Kit from The Times. It might be another kind of difficult one to put into words, but as well as a fantastic story and a fantastic journey for Arsenal women, this feels like, frankly, one of the greatest days in the 140-year history of Arsenal, one of the biggest football clubs in the world. How much are you aware of what you've achieved, even on that massive scale?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure it'll have sunk in yet, even the way you spoke about it there. I'm not sure that's probably gone through the players' minds yet, just because we're so in the moment. But yeah, to have won a Champions League with Arsenal, yeah, it obviously will definitely go down in history as one of the best moments this club's ever had. So to think about it, that is, yeah, it's incredible. I'm sure days after this day, we'll reflect on it and really see that.
Graham Hunter from UEFA. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
The way that all of you played, particularly in stressful moments, either you played exceptionally or it felt like you read Barcelona really well about what they were going to do. How does the balance lie? Because it genuinely looked as if you'd anticipated everything that they had up their sleeve.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about their rotations and how best to deal with them. And we tried some different things during the week that didn't work well, and tried, to play against that with our players. And we changed it to a way that we felt like we could accept a lot of their runs and movement, but also allow them to play mostly in front of us. And I think, yes, they did get behind us at times, but I think we were definitely in really good positions to defend the box when they did that, which was because of how we managed it in front. So yeah, like we spoke about earlier, it was kind of the perfect execution of a game plan, which as a footballer is one of the best things. Thank you.
Catherine?
Hi, Kim. I think at the full-time whistle, there was yourself and Leo sort of collapsed to the floor. I think Lotta was there. Can you just tell me kind of what that moment was like when the full-time whistle went and you got to, celebrate with each other and then obviously lift the trophy together?
Yeah, obviously I was near Leah, and we'd obviously gone through the game together, been quite close to each other as well, obviously been captain and vice-captain too, and it was a really hard game. It was hot. You had to go quite within yourself to bring out what we did, and try and stay focused. It's really difficult to do that when the temperature is high, and it's a really intense and physical game like that. So there's that kind of relief at the end a little bit, and then just that special moment to share with Leah, especially, obviously someone who's been at the club a very long time, and it means a lot to her, and with myself as well, and how much it means to me. So it's so special to share that moment, and then obviously to lift it with her too.
One more here, please.
Anna Caro for Flash Score. Can you say a word about what brings Renee Slegers to the team? Because it seems that since she arrived, the team can face anything, like any scenario during a game, and happen to win by the end of the game. Thank you.
Yeah, obviously Renee came in as manager earlier in the season, and a lot of our blueprint and what we did kind of stayed, but we've adjusted some things to allow, I think, a little bit more fluidity and to be more dynamic in how we work, both within our press and how we build. And I think alongside Renee, our assistant coach Aaron, and our backroom staff Mel and Kelly and Chris Bradley, who's our set piece coach, the detail and kind of balance they all have between each other is definitely a well-functioning machine. So I think across the board, they then allow us to be able to have the right information, so then we can put on the pitch and play games like we did today.
One more in the middle, Tom.
Congratulations, Kim.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a bit about the sort of message in the dressing room, firstly before the game and then again at half-time, and what sort of things were you saying to each other to help deliver that performance?
Yeah, it was fairly calm. I think that's one of the key things when you get to these big games. It's obviously different in many ways, but it is also still a 90-minute game, which is what we do, weekly. So a lot of it was very calm and task-focused about what we were executing and what different changes we needed depending on who was playing. For example, Pina played, and that has a little bit different to their other forwards. So it's just small details on how we can stop them, and then at half-time it's very similar. There's details around set pieces, and then maybe how we need to manage things a little bit better. But because we did fairly well, it was quite consistent throughout. And then we obviously just get information when there were stops in the games to just slightly change formation, obviously at the end to defend the lead. But yeah, it was. I think that showed in our performance that how we approached the game was very controlled, and then with little pointers of the belief that we have and the courage that we wanted to show, because we knew we would have needed that against a team like Barcelona.
Okay. Follow up? Follow up, okay. And then last one. Thanks.
Thanks, Kim. Sorry, is that quite typical of Renee, that calmness? Rather than say like a big Braveheart speech, she's quite calm, is that fair?
Yeah, definitely. I think, she'll say her words in her speech, but in a very calm and controlled way and concisely. So yeah, definitely. Okay.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we'll continue with the head coach shortly. Okay, we'll continue with the head coach, Renee Slegers. Questions again in the 4 languages as before. We'll start over here in the middle again, please.
Thank you. Tim Stillman, Askblog News. Renee, usually I ask you a kind of pretentious tactical question after a game, but I'm not emotionally together enough to do that right now. So I'm just going to ask, obviously you had a very solid game plan, but the players have to go out and execute it under a lot of pressure on a very hot day. Just how proud are you of the players for doing that today?
Yeah, so it's exactly what you say. Of course, super proud because you can have all these ideas in your head and show video and animations and use your tactics board and all those things and do it in training. But then when the moment is actually there and you're going to play against an opponent that is so good, that has been so good for so long, that we haven't played against for many years, it's...
in the middle, please. If just...
Sorry?
Okay.
Better? Yes? Okay. So to then execute this in a Champions League final.
Everything okay? Sorry.
It says so much about the players because it's not an easy game to play. It's probably the hardest game we've played so far, and with all the quality that Barcelona has, with all their rotations and all their individual threat, there was so much to deal with today, and the players had to make decisions every single second on the pitch, and every step was going to make a difference, and every decision was going to make a difference. And we knew that momentum would shift, that we believed that momentum was going to be on our side at times, but we also were very aware and realistic about their qualities and that we had to suffer at times in games. But I think the way we manage the game, for me, it's unbelievable. It's above all expectation because I think we're almost spot on what the players deliver on the pitch in the crucial moments.
Emma in the middle.
Hi, Emma Sanders from BBC. Congratulations, Renee, an incredible achievement. I'd imagine this is hard for you to think back, but when you were assistant at the start of the season and, looking ahead to kind of where you would be in 9 months' time, I'd imagine you didn't think you would be leading the team out to win a Champions League. How do you reflect on just that unbelievably crazy journey that you as an individual have gone on over the last 9 months?
It's been a fantastic time. There's so many things that have happened this season, and there's so many hard times we've gone through together as a team, and we've always fought back. And I think as a team, the belief it was growing every single day in the season. And I think there's a couple of crucial moments in the season for us that gave us the evidence of what we were capable of. But everyone who's been in the building every single day has seen that it has been growing every day because of the investment and the effort that the players have been putting in. Because there's been so much engagement, so much investment, so much belief and intensity in the way we train. So I'm so happy for everyone that everything we've been asking for and all the demands we've had and all the questions we've asked on the players, that they got the reward today. I think they're so worth it because they've worked extremely hard. And the funny or the positive thing about everything, of course, we're going to reflect and take all this in. But I think there's even more in this team. So that's almost the scary part of it, that we've achieved something enormous today. But there's even more to give in this team. So we're really going to celebrate tonight and enjoy the moment. And then there's some time off and there's Euros and other national team camps. And then we come back. And I'm so excited about more with this team.
When you look at what Arsenal have built off the pitch in this fan culture, you know, seeing them all today in Lisbon, the sold-out stadiums over the last few years, how much does it mean to you to now give them this on the pitch? And how much are you looking forward to celebrating with them on Monday as well?
So much, because I was at the club in 2007, so I have a little bit of an idea of where the club comes from. And I had lunch with Vic Akers this week, and it was fantastic to see him and bring us perspective. And I think there's so many people that have been investing for such a long time, so I'm just a very small part of it. And there's so many people that have done much more across more time and had to be resilient in the background, wanting to push it forward. And thank you so much to all those people. And I'm happy that, because if you achieve something by yourself, that's great. But if you achieve something together, that's much greater. And together with the fans, they couldn't stop going now after the game, and it's such a special moment to share this with so many people.
Renee, Kit Shepherd from The Times. You touched on the future a little bit there once you've done all the celebrating. How do you use this victory and this title, I guess, as a springboard into the coming seasons to maybe win a WSL title or win a Champions League again? What can this victory do for the club in the long term?
It means so much for, like I just said, for everyone who's built towards this across many years. But it also means so much for the future, because it motivates people, it motivates us, and again, I think it shows what we're capable of. And like I just said, there's even more in the group, but I think the strength of this team has been to be in the present, be in the here and now, and try to go and become better every single day. But of course, if you're part of Arsenal, then you go for trophies, and that's what the club wants, and that's what we want as well.
Rachel.
Renee, Rachel Steinberg from PA in the UK. I just wanted to ask what you think the impact of this victory will have overall on the game. Obviously, you're a club that's invested both on and off the pitch, really trying to do things the right way and lift everyone else up with you. Now, looking at the fact that there is a new name on this trophy after two clubs have kind of shared it back and forth, it feels really important that you have done it in the way that you have done it. And how do you think that you might be able to lift others up with you as a result of this?
No, yeah, I agree, and the game is growing so fast, and I think this is great that there's more and more teams and clubs and countries building and growing the game and investing, and that's good. It gets more and more competitive, which is very good for the development of the game. So of course I'm happy that it's us, but it's good that it's more and more teams competing.
Tom.
Thank you, Tom Gary from The Guardian. Renee, massive congratulations. Just wondering, you mentioned Vic, his assistant back then in 2007 was Emma Hayes, and I'm just very curious whether maybe you had any conversation with her in the last few weeks or months about Barcelona, someone she's played so many times, and just, if you did, what was that like, and I'm wondering about that, really.
Yeah, so Emma Hayes was the assistant coach to Vic for the first team, but I was in the academy, so she was my head coach. Kelly Smith, assistant coach. It's special to have spent that year with those icons and almost, you could say, legends. I really look up to them, and I know what they've meant for the club. Emma, I spoke to her during the week. There's always a lot of contact with national team coaches, with colleagues, and yes, I did speak to her this week, and it was a great conversation, and we did speak about Barcelona as well. I've spoken to other coaches as well and got their experiences of playing against Barcelona. I coached against Barcelona a couple of years ago in Champions League as well, and all these experiences and advices you take them, but at the end of the day, it's this team in this moment that is facing Barcelona. So I think what's been so great, because you think about adjusting things against Barcelona because they're so incredibly good at what they do. And I think we found the right adjustments, but we were so close and so much ourselves today, which I think has been such a key factor of us being able to play our game and stopping them from playing their best game.
Two last ones. One here, please.
Olá, boa noite. Portuguese, please. Can I do it Portuguese? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see how this one is not 100%. Let's see if it goes with one.
Olá, boa noite. Diogo Reis, bola na rede. Primeiro que tudo, gostava de lhe dar os parabéns pela vitória por esta Liga dos Campeões. A minha pergunta é, a nível estratégico, quais é que foram as fraquezas que procuraram explorar do Barcelona e qual é que foi a chave estratégica para ganhar este jogo e a competição no geral? Obrigado.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I mean, there's not a lot of weaknesses in Barcelona as a team, but they're on a very high level. But every team has weaknesses, so we looked at how we could exploit it the best way possible. But I think what we did so well was managing the game and using all possible tools to get the rhythm up, speed the game up, and disrupt, but stay close to who we are, what we want to do. And I think the game management, that was key for us today, and that was key to why we won today.
Okay, last one in the middle, please.
Thank you. Marta Griñán from US. I'm going to try in English. Congratulations. Today you played against Aitana, Alexia and Patri, for many people the best players in the world. So what was the plan for stop them, especially for Kim Little, Frida Manum? So congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we said beforehand they are the engine of their team, so they are in the middle of their team, and they are the conductors, the engine. So we wanted to stop them, and it's not only the three of them. If you look at it from a structural perspective, they also create a fourth player inside, and they want to create overloads everywhere, and they rotate. So it's a real big challenge to stop them. Because of their intelligence and quality and their ability to find spaces on the pitch. What we did is, we tried to stop that with basically with our midfield and with help of other players when they came in with more players in the central areas. So that was basically the plan, and we had a good look at them individually, where their strengths were, what do they do in what moments on the pitch and what moments in the game, what are their typical actions. And I think the players they got so much information beforehand, before the game, and they've applied it and transferred it so well to the pitch. So such an incredible performance by the players today.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to Arsenal again.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, you too.